This book will be a life-changing guide for dreamers, students, and professionals who feel stuck in the cycle of working to survive, instead of learning to thrive. It will show readers that real success doesn't come from what schools teach us, but from what we teach ourselves after the classroom ends. It will blend real stories, lessons, and simple steps anyone can follow to create a better life and build their own fortune, not just in money, but in freedom, purpose, and happiness. Chapter 1. The Myth of the Degree. For many of us, the journey of life begins with one powerful message: go to school, study hard, get a good job. We're told that the classroom is the key to success. We believe that a certificate, a diploma, or a degree is the doorway to a good life. And yes, formal education can open doors. It can give you a living. But what if there's something more? What if there's a kind of education that doesn't just help you survive, but helps you thrive? Let's talk about the myth of the degree. For years, people have believed that success belongs only to those with the highest grades, the longest titles, and the most impressive diplomas. But look around. The world's greatest thinkers, creators, and dreamers often didn't stop where school ended. They kept learning, on their own. They kept asking, what else can I know? What else can I do? Think about this. A man once graduated top of his class, brilliant, hardworking, and proud. He got a job, and every day he waited for success to come knocking. But success didn't. He had the knowledge from school, but not the skills for life. Now imagine another person. Maybe she didn't finish college, but she never stopped learning. She read, she asked questions, she tried, she failed, and she tried again. She turned her curiosity into courage. And one day, she didn't just earn a living, she built a fortune. The truth is simple. Formal education teaches you how to make a living. Self-education teaches you why you're living. One gives you a job, the other gives you a future. The myth of the degree isn't that school is bad. School is good. It teaches discipline, structure, and the power of effort. But it's not enough, because the world is changing faster than any classroom can keep up. Today, the most valuable skill you can have isn't a piece of paper. It's the ability to keep learning long after school ends. So if you've ever felt that your education didn't prepare you for the real world, you're not alone. And you're not behind, because the real education begins the moment you decide to take charge of your own learning. You don't need permission. You don't need a classroom. You just need curiosity and courage. In the next chapter, we'll discover the secret ingredient behind every self-made success: curiosity. It's what turns ordinary minds into extraordinary thinkers. And it's the first step toward your fortune. Chapter 2. The Power of Curiosity. It's a small word, but one of the most powerful forces in the world. Think about it. Every invention, every discovery, every breakthrough started with a simple question. What if? Why does this happen? How can I make it better? Curiosity is the spark that separates those who follow the crowd from those who create the future. Some people are afraid to ask questions. They fear looking foolish. They worry that someone else will already know the answer. But here's the truth. The curious person is never foolish. They are brave. They are the ones who see opportunity where others see obstacles. Let me tell you a story. A young girl loved books. She didn't have a fancy school or a stack of certificates. But she asked questions, hundreds of them, every single day. She explored, she experimented, she failed, and failed again. Years later, she created something the world had never seen. Why? Because she never stopped learning. Because she followed her curiosity, even when it seemed small or strange. Curiosity led her from ordinary to extraordinary. You see, curiosity is not just about asking questions. It's about noticing, observing, and thinking beyond what is obvious. It's about taking small steps every day to understand the world better. And here's the most exciting part. Curiosity is free. You don't need a classroom. You don't need a teacher. All you need is a mind willing to explore. Here's a simple practice for you. Every morning, ask one new question. It can be about your work, your life, or the world. Then, spend the day looking for the answer. Little by little, your curiosity will grow into knowledge, and knowledge will grow into power. Remember this. Curiosity is the engine of self-education. It turns simple learning into discovery. It turns ordinary people into innovators. And it is the first step on the path to your fortune. In the next chapter, we'll explore learning beyond the classroom, how the world itself can become your teacher, if only you are willing to pay attention. Chapter 3. Learning beyond the classroom. So far, we've talked about the limits of formal education and the power of curiosity. Now, let's take the next step. It's time to see the world as your classroom. Learning doesn't stop when you leave school. In fact, real learning begins when you step outside the classroom. Every experience, every conversation, every mistake can teach you something valuable. But only if you are paying attention. Let me share a story. A young man once worked at a small shop. He wasn't learning in a classroom, and he didn't have a fancy degree. But he observed everything. How customers reacted, how products sold, how problems were solved. He asked questions, he experimented, and he took notes, not on paper, but in his mind. Years later, that man started his own business. He didn't just survive, he thrived. Because he had learned from life itself. The world is full of lessons, if only you know where to look. A conversation with a stranger can teach you empathy. Traveling to a new city can teach you problem solving. Reading a book outside your field can spark ideas no class ever could. Every failure or challenge can be a teacher in disguise. Here's the truth. Formal education gives you the foundation. Life gives you the building blocks. Self-education is what turns those blocks into a masterpiece. So how do you start learning beyond the classroom? Observe everything. Don't take anything for granted. Ask questions. Why? How? What if? Experiment. Try. Fail. Learn. Repeat. Reflect. Write. Think or talk about what you learned. Share. Teach someone else. It helps the lesson stick. Remember this. The world is full of mentors, even if they don't know it. Every person, every place, every challenge can teach you something, if you open your mind. Music softens, reflective pause. In the next chapter, we'll explore the self-education mindset, the mindset that turns ordinary learning into extraordinary success. This is where your fortune begins to take shape. Invia commenti, riquadrilaterali, chronologia, salvate. Chapter 4, the self-education mindset. Let's take a moment to think about what mindset really means. Your mindset is the lens through which you see the world. It shapes your actions, your habits, and your future. And when it comes to self-education, mindset is everything. Some people believe learning ends when school ends. They think, I've done my part. I've got my degree. I'm ready for life. But others, they see learning as a lifelong journey. They believe that every new day is a chance to grow. That's the self-education mindset. It's the belief that you can learn anything, at any age, from any place, through any experience. You see, self-education isn't just about reading books or watching tutorials. It's about curiosity, yes, but also about courage. The courage to admit what you don't know. The courage to try, fail, and try again. The courage to keep moving forward, even when no one is watching. A self-educated person doesn't wait for opportunities, they create them. They don't say, I can't do that. They say, I'll learn how. And that single change in mindset can change an entire life. Let me share a story. A woman once dreamed of becoming a designer. She didn't have the money to go to school for it, but she had a phone and an internet connection. So, every day after work, she watched videos, read blogs, and practiced. She made mistakes, lots of them, but she kept going. A year later, she started her own design business. Her clients didn't ask for a certificate. They saw her work, her skill, her passion, her results. That's what self-education does. It turns passion into power. Here's something to remember. The self-education mindset isn't about being perfect. It's about being persistent. It's about saying, I can learn. I can grow. I can do more. So, if you've ever felt unqualified or unsure, don't let that stop you. Your worth isn't defined by a degree. It's defined by your willingness to learn. The moment you believe that learning is a choice, not a system, you become unstoppable. In the next chapter, we'll explore something practical. How to build skills that pay forever. You'll learn which abilities never go out of style, and how to develop them, step by step, using the self-education mindset you've just discovered. Chapter 5. Building skills that pay forever. If you've ever wondered what separates people who just get by from those who go beyond, it often comes down to one thing: skills. Not just any skills, but skills that last forever. School often teaches us what to think. Self-education teaches us how to think. And when you learn the right skills, the kind that never expire, you open doors that no one can ever close. Let's talk about a few of those timeless skills. Skill 1, communication. Your ability to express yourself clearly and confidently can change everything. It helps you build trust, share ideas, and inspire others. Whether you speak on a stage, in a meeting, or through a message online, your words can shape your world. And here's the best part, communication can be learned. You don't need perfect grammar or a fancy accent. You just need honesty, clarity, and practice. Skill 2, Problem solving. Every success story starts with a problem someone decided to solve. When you train your mind to look for solutions instead of excuses, you become valuable, anywhere, to anyone. Ask yourself, what can I do to make this better? That simple question can change your life. Skill 3, Emotional Intelligence. Emotional intelligence means understanding your feelings, and the feelings of others. It's about empathy, patience, and awareness. People with emotional intelligence connect better, lead better, and live better. It's a skill that no robot, no machine, no degree can replace. Skill 4, Adaptability. The world changes fast, technology, business, even how we live. Adaptable people don't fear change, they grow with it. They see every shift as an opportunity to learn something new. That's how you stay relevant, by evolving faster than the world around you. Skill 5, Self-discipline. Self-discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's the quiet power behind every great achievement. It's what turns knowledge into success, and dreams into reality. These are the skills that will always pay you back, not just in money, but in confidence, independence, and freedom. The beautiful truth is, you can learn every one of them on your own. Through books, through practice, through real-life experience. You don't need a classroom, you just need commitment. Here's a small exercise for you. Pick one skill you want to master this month. Spend 10 minutes a day learning about it, and 20 minutes practicing it. Do this for 30 days, and watch how much you grow. Remember, degrees may lose value, jobs may change, but skills, real skills, will always feed your future. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to turn what you know into action. Because learning is powerful, but action is what builds your fortune. Chapter 6, Turning Knowledge into Action. Knowledge is beautiful, but on its own, it's not enough. You can read 1,000 books, attend every seminar, and watch endless videos, but unless you take action, your knowledge remains a dream. Action is what transforms learning into power. It's the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Have you ever met someone who always says, "I know what to do, I just haven't done it yet"? We've all been that person at some point. We wait for the perfect time, the perfect plan, the perfect confidence. But here's the truth. There is no perfect time. Only the time you decide to begin. When you take action, even a small one, something magical happens. You begin to learn faster. You gain momentum, and the world starts responding to your effort. Every great success you admire, every inventor, leader, or creator, started not with certainty, but with movement. Think about Thomas Edison. He didn't invent the light bulb on his first try. He failed hundreds of times. But each failure taught him something new. He didn't stop learning, and he didn't stop doing. That's the secret. Learning plus doing equals growth. Knowledge without action is like a seed never planted. It has potential, but no life. Action gives your knowledge roots, it lets your ideas grow and shine. So, how do you turn knowledge into action? Here's a simple plan. Start small. Don't wait for everything to be ready. Begin with what you have, where you are. Make it daily. Even 5 minutes of focused effort every day builds massive results over time. Track your progress. Write down what you learn, what you do, and how you feel after doing it. Adjust, don't quit. If something doesn't work, change your method, not your goal. Remember, the universe rewards movement. When you act, you invite opportunity. When you act, you build confidence. When you act, you grow. Don't just know what to do. Do what you know. Every small step today creates a larger change tomorrow. That's how you turn knowledge into fortune, by transforming ideas into impact. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to face one of the greatest teachers of all, failure. Because when you understand failure, you'll discover that it's not your enemy, it's your greatest ally on the path to success. Chapter 7, Failure, the Best Teacher. It's a word that makes most people uncomfortable. We are taught to avoid it, to fear it, to see it as the end. But what if failure is not the enemy? What if it's actually one of your greatest teachers? Every successful person you admire failed repeatedly. And yet, they didn't give up. They learned, they adapted, they grew stronger. Let me tell you a story. A young man dreamed of starting his own company. He invested time, energy, and money, and failed. His first business went under. He lost almost everything. Most people would have quit. But he didn't. He studied what went wrong, learned from his mistakes, and started again. And the second time, he succeeded. Not because he avoided failure, but because he embraced it. Failure teaches lessons that no book can. It shows you where your limits are, so you can break them. It reveals what you truly want, so you can chase it harder. It strengthens resilience, so you can keep moving forward. Here's the secret: fail forward. Don't let failure stop you. Let it guide you, teach you, and prepare you for the next step. Every mistake, every setback, every no is an opportunity in disguise. It's feedback, it's experience, it's growth. Think about Thomas Edison again. When asked about his thousands of failed attempts, he said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's the mindset we must adopt. Failure is not shame. Failure is education. So, the next time you stumble, remember this: every failure carries a lesson. Every lesson brings you closer to your fortune. In the next chapter, we'll talk about finding mentors and models, the people who can guide you, inspire you, and accelerate your journey to success. Chapter 8: Finding Mentors and Models. No one achieves greatness alone. Even the most brilliant minds had teachers, guides, or role models to show them the way. Mentors don't just give advice, they help you avoid mistakes, see opportunities, and grow faster than you could alone. Think of a mentor as a lighthouse. You might still have to sail the stormy sea yourself, but the lighthouse shows you the path and keeps you from crashing into the rocks. Let me share a story. A young entrepreneur had big ideas, but no experience. He tried to figure everything out on his own, and kept failing. Then he found a mentor, someone who had walked the same path before. With guidance, feedback, and encouragement, his small ideas became real projects. And eventually, those projects grew into a successful business. Mentors come in many forms. Teachers or coaches who share their knowledge. Friends or colleagues who challenge you to be better. Books, podcasts, and online experts who teach from afar. Even people who inspire you by example, people you admire. Here's the key: don't wait for mentors to find you. Seek them out, ask questions, learn from their experiences, and remember this: not every mentor has to be perfect. They don't need to have all the answers. You just need someone whose journey you can learn from, someone who shows you what's possible. Mentorship is also about giving back. When you learn something valuable, share it. Teach someone else. That's how knowledge multiplies, and how your fortune grows. Your mentors will guide you, your models will inspire you, but ultimately, you are the one who must take the steps, make the decisions, and create your own path. In the next chapter, we'll explore creating your own fortune, how to turn all you've learned, all the skills you've built, and all the guidance you've received into real success in your life. Chapter 9: Creating Your Own Fortune. By now, you've learned about curiosity, self-education, skills, action, failure, and mentors. You've built a foundation. Now it's time for the most exciting part: creating your own fortune. But let's be clear, fortune isn't just about money. It's about freedom. It's about purpose. It's about living life on your own terms. A true fortune allows you to do what you love, help others, keep learning, leave a lasting impact. Creating your fortune starts with 3 things: vision, action, and persistence. Step 1. Vision. What do you want your life to look like in 5 years? 10 years? Don't limit yourself to what seems possible. Imagine your best life. Write it down. Visualize it daily. Step 2. Action. Vision without action is just a dream. Use everything you've learned, your skills, mentors, and experiences, and take deliberate steps toward your goals. Start small. Start now. Momentum is more powerful than perfection. Step 3. Persistence. Obstacles will come. Failures will happen. People may doubt you. But remember, persistence is the bridge between learning and fortune. Every setback teaches you something. Every challenge makes you stronger. And every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your dreams. Here's a story to inspire you. A young woman dreamed of opening her own school. She faced endless rejections, financial struggles, and skepticism from everyone around her. But she kept learning, kept improving, and kept acting. Years later, her school not only succeeded, it transformed hundreds of lives. Why? Because she created her own fortune. Not by chance, not by waiting for permission, but by learning, acting, and persisting. Your fortune isn't just in money. It's in the courage to learn what others ignore. It's in the skill to do what others avoid. It's in the resilience to rise after failure. So, start today. Take your knowledge, your skills, your mentors, and your courage, and begin creating the fortune you deserve. In the final chapter, we'll talk about keeping this journey alive forever, learning, growing, and rising throughout your life. Because fortune isn't a destination, it's a lifelong journey. Chapter 10: Keep learning, keep rising. You've come a long way. You've discovered the power of curiosity, self-education, skills, action, failure, mentors, and creating your own fortune. Now it's time to understand one final truth. Learning never stops. Growth never ends. Life is an ever-changing journey. The world keeps evolving. New opportunities appear. Challenges rise. And the only way to stay ahead is to keep learning, keep rising, every single day. Successful people never stop reading, observing, experimenting, or asking questions. They don't wait for a course, a certificate, or someone to tell them what to do. They take control of their learning. They embrace change. They rise, again and again. Here's a story. A man spent years building a career. He reached a high level of success, but he didn't stop there. He read books, sought mentors, learned new technologies, and explored new ideas. 10 years later, he had created multiple businesses, written books, and inspired thousands. The difference wasn't luck, it was a lifelong commitment to learning, a refusal to settle. So, how can you keep learning and rising? Read daily, even 15 minutes matters. Observe and reflect. Life teaches lessons everywhere. Experiment, take small risks, try new things, fail, and learn. Teach others. Sharing knowledge strengthens it. Stay curious. Curiosity is the spark that keeps your mind alive. Every day is a chance to grow. Every moment is an opportunity to rise. Every failure is a lesson waiting to be discovered. Now it's your turn. You have the tools. You have the mindset. You have the courage. The fortune you seek is not hidden in a classroom. It's not in a degree or a title. It's within you. Start today. Learn something new. Take one action. Fail, reflect, and try again. Share your knowledge. Seek mentors. Build your skills. Create your own fortune. Remember, formal education can earn you a living, but self-education can earn you a fortune. Not just in money, not just in success, but in freedom, purpose, and the power to live life on your own terms. This is your journey, your growth, your fortune. Start now. Keep learning. Keep rising. If you've enjoyed this audiobook and want your own copy, whether digital or audio, we'd love to help you get it. Simply reach out to us at ainewsws@gmail.com. Our team will provide you with a copy and answer any questions you may have. Thank you for supporting this journey of learning and growth. Your curiosity and dedication are what make stories like this meaningful.